Good evening, Glenn. This is Michael Huskin. This is my final project for my bachelor's level cybersecurity internship. Please forgive me if you see me leaning into the camera quite a bit. Some eye issues caused me to have difficulty seeing certain things, but we're getting that taken care of. And first of all, I would like to thank everyone at Purdue University Global and the opportunities presented throughout my journey. This really has been quite the journey. Along the way, I've obtained my CompTIA Security Plus certification and CISSP certification. Both of those exams were beasts, but I was able to get some extra study and pertinent information and training for those exams. During this journey, I have also completed the United States Army Sergeant's Major Academy and been through 3 military deployments. I've been to Kuwait, Cuba, and I've been deployed along the southwest border. To say that this has been an arduous journey is a bit of an understatement, but I'm really thankful for the opportunity for this internship and to close out my cybersecurity studies with Purdue University Global. Just a few slides, and I'm switching to my second slide. The intended learning objectives for this internship were to review cybersecurity planning and policy creation, protective measures, vulnerability testing, monitoring and reporting, and investigations and postmortem analysis. When I tell people that I've been studying cybersecurity, I either hear, "Oh, that's awesome," or I hear, "What does that mean you will be doing when you complete your degree?" People either know they're in the industry and they understand it, or they have no clue what a cybersecurity degree will do for me or where it will take me. And I can see that it's going to take me a long way. Listed here are just a few of the learning objectives I focused on during the internship. It's not an exhaustive list, but some of the things I was definitely focused on. I found it rather coincidental that I was selected to be part of the Department of Defense Command Cyber Readiness Inspection for my Army organization at about the same time that this internship was kicking off. This provided me with some additional hands-on experience for the things that I've learned during this internship. The learning objectives were to develop an understanding of policy planning and creation. I write anti-terrorism policies in my current role for the military, but I've also been exposed to cybersecurity policies as well. And again, this Command Cyber Readiness Inspection program has really opened my eyes to things like security technical implementation guides, which I'll mention here in a little bit. For these reasons, the objectives of planning and policy creation, protective measures, vulnerability testing, monitoring, and reporting and investigations are all aligned with my work history or what I've been experiencing at work for the last several months. This internship was a great complement to what I was doing in my regular job throughout this term. The learning tasks and strategies. We covered technology skills, professional communication, decision making based on legal and ethical principles, team management, and security analysis. I'd like to say first off, the Tri-Hack Me Labs were a great learning environment for the expansion of my practical experience. These labs are much more intuitive or practical labs compared to the labs that were built into some of the coursework throughout my studies. And if that's something that I could leave the organization with, Purdue University Global should consider using Tri-Hack Me or Hack the Box in some of their coursework. I recognize that there's going to be challenges and costs associated with doing that, but if they can, or maybe get with the developer of one of those boxes to see if they can develop things for Purdue University Global. I would almost venture to say that some of the labs throughout my cybersecurity studies were kind of archaic or didn't seem practical, but the Tri-Hack Me ones that I had were certainly very practical. And some of the boxes were very challenging and hard to research, and I had to research the problem. Kind of takes me back to I had a professor a long time ago, early on, when I asked a question in class. He told me to Google it, and I was pretty upset with that professor but I recognized his wisdom later on. So I kind of upset with myself for being upset with him at the time when the instructor told me to Google it. But what he was doing was teaching me to research things on my own, and I really learned that quite extensively with some of the Try Hack Me boxes because they weren't always intuitive, and you really had to dig and find. And you can find videos and whatnot that would help you, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to really absorb the information. But when I went out and dug and found the information to complete the box, it was great to be able to get through that. That sense of accomplishment. The masterclass presentation that I did required, or the masterclass requirement allowed me to polish my presentation skills. I consider myself to be fairly good at it, but with a live audience that was asking questions, it was a great experience. I presented on the Department of Defense Security Technical Implementation Guides, or STIGs. And while these were developed for the Department of Defense, they are valuable for the civilian population as well. And I thought it would be beneficial for my teammates to understand how they work. In my previous experience preparing for Security Plus, my instructor told me to know about STIGs for the exam, but he couldn't give me specific examples of what STIGs were or how I implement them. So I really took pleasure in sharing that knowledge, especially since during the preparation for this inspection at my current position, that's all I was doing was working with STIG. So it was really great to be able to share some of that professional communication skills. I also observed the team management as the team managers and team leaders provided their guidance on the accomplishment of all the assignment tasks during the internship. There were some times where I faced some challenges, and the team leaders or team managers really helped keep me on track and allow that to go through. And again, the Try Hack Me boxes helped me develop my analytical skills as well. And finally, on this last slide, the skills developed. Risk management. It was kind of coincidental that my other course this semester was in cybersecurity policy, so they very much, the two courses very much aligned with each other. So I worked on risk management, threat assessment, and risk assessments. And I do those for my current job, but seeing them from a cybersecurity perspective was a little bit different. It helped me round out my education on this matter. And I covered risk mitigation, the steps to taken to lower the impact of a specific event. But it was a strong learning experience. And overall, I'm just about done with the cyber defense path through Try Hack Me. I've got 2 more modules, and I'll be done with that before the end of the week, but I wanted to complete this video. And again, I would like to thank everybody at Purdue University Global for the opportunity to complete this internship. It's really been fantastic, and thank you for your time.